Okay, here we go. Mario at exactly 40. Trying to complete the specialist world.
It's me.
With the challenging level. Now, I believe what's going to happen here is that I will have to, what am I trying to say? Okay, I got to a flag in the special world, and I think I'll have to start at the beginning again, because I left. I had the audacity to leave. So unfortunately, I'll have to start at the beginning, and then also... I don't know, my thoughts are scattered. But, so I'm gonna life up so that I can potentially play it longer. But then also, see if we can get the rest of these standees. Alright, one down. I mean, on the plus, I am collecting some purple coins in this final stage, so it facilitates buying of these. Preferably, the last thing I do wouldn't be rounding up some purple coins just to do this. It would be the glory of defeating the final stage, but, you know, my life doesn't really work that way. So we'll just have to see. I mean, we're getting down to the not having too many left to go. About 35. I've been doing Duolingo has math on it. And it's not like difficult math, it's kind of just mental math. And it's been very humbling, because I'm like, man, I suck at math. But you know, it's like, it's weird because I think when Duolingo works well, it doesn't really make you feel shitty about not getting something right, you know what I mean? It's trying to get you to learn. And it doesn't, I don't think shame, I'm not like a big, don't shame people for X, Y, or Z or whatever. But I don't think it's an effective tool for learning, is the shame. Okay, here's the other question. I should probably item up and get like a fire or a... Actually, I should probably get a bubble. Would be the most useful thing, right? If I could turn back time. Because that gives me a weapon, it gives me 3 hits, and it gives me something to jump on. So that seems pretty useful. Although it's the badge challenge. Do the badge challenges make me tiny? Because you usually start a badge challenge tiny. Okay, let's see. Let's just go in with a bubble or 2 and see what happens. Because I'm like, if I could save this, maybe it would come in handy by the time I get to something with... Oh, shit. Really need that, really need a mushroom here. Okay. Now I just need a second one so that I can have it in reserve. Just not sure if these stages play by the rules of the other stages, right? Where it's like, well, you have something in reserve. And, I don't know if I get to keep that. Now, if I use this... just goes back in as an elephant, huh? I think a bubble is more useful than an elephant, but I don't know. I have concerns about the elephant because I'd be larger. But we'll see. All right. I wonder if this is what unlocks the final badge for me? But that would be sort of weird because, the final badge... I think this does let me start with something. Okay. Well, this is a good sign. Alright, so now I'm gonna have to remember how to do these sections again. Which I don't love, but... I'm... trying to be hopeful and optimistic that, you know, I'll be able to get through these without an insane amount of difficulty. So far, it's not working out well. But, let's see. I'm already down to, being a little guy.
Ready to ride?
Oh yeah, okay. This one I felt like was mostly figuring out... just doing some... math, basically, on like what you wanted to have happen. Because then you want to go...
Thank you for riding with us.
I have to wonder if there's like a hidden box here or there, you know? Hidden power-ups. Very tempted to use the online interwebs. Oh, shit. Okay. That's right, because this is where I used it last time. Where I used a power-up, and there's a purple coin, I believe. Oh, fuck. Yeah, because having the extra hit there was pretty nice. Shit. Should've just gone straight for it. I think that helps the timing here. It kind of seems like if you do that part just right, you can kind of just go right through the center there. Alright, well... yeah, the good news is, you know, I'm not trying to be cocky and overly confident here, but this part and the one before it aren't too bad. You know what I mean? I think they're doable, so it seems like I have a shot here of getting at least back to where I was. I think it's after this that I get a thing. No! Yeah, it's a little faster than you, huh? This is like where it gets really tough. Fuck! Okay. Here we go. Might be my fastest death yet. most unceremonious run to date. It's part of the whole game here with these Mario things, right? You can have your greatest run that you've ever had, and it'll be immediately followed by that. It just works that way somehow. Okay, but I think this is the smart choice, is to save this elephant for potential use later. I'm really mostly thinking about the fire area because I've just had so much trouble getting through there. And I think if I could take at least one hit... Oh shit, I waited too long. If I could take one hit there, that would probably be a pretty big help. And actually I could take 2 hits. So that would be... You know what I think the ideal thing to do is like not use it, try it a few more times, but then if I just can't do it, maybe use the elephant after I try it. Okay, after I get through the first few obstacles, which don't usually kill me, then if I get to a certain point, then I use the elephant. Because I don't want to use the elephant and then get hit with one of the earlier fire wands or whatever you want to call them, because that seems like it would be a waste. That seems like the strategy. I just couldn't get through that last time, those springs, really. Oof. Yeah, so if you go as soon as you can, you'll get through that first one, but not by a wide margin. Shit. Okay. Ha! So I think there's 9 badges that I'll probably have to challenge. Okay. So I've made the flag. There's a plus minus here. The plus is I'm still big. That's good. The minus is that, you know, I could lose that at this point, right? I almost just jumped and would have lost because I kind of forgot what I was doing here. I think this is the one that I got the best at, that I seem to have the most aptitude for. This next one sucks. I hate this one. With a kind of a passion. Fuck. Fuck. It's okay. You know what? Good progress for 3 lives. See, this sucks, because now I can't get big, though. And the thing is, it doesn't really matter until you get to the fire part, because this part is just instant death. And while the other one doesn't seem like instant death, it's pretty much instant death. There's really not room for error. Like, if you screw this one up, you're gonna die. You can only screw it up if you sort of screw it up in a good way that benefits you somehow. Listen to how much of an expert I'm talking like I am. Like, this is how you do it. And then it's like I instantly die. But here's the thing, guys. I'm an expert in screwing up. In the ways that you can screw up, I know all of them. In some ways, I may be more helpful to other players than like a speedrunner. Think about it this way. I have always said and have heard others agree with this statement, that like the best coaches for a sport are people who are not necessarily gifted in that sport. So in other words, like if you're looking for a weightlifting coach, you actually want, the coach you want is a coach who had to struggle for every pound. You know what I mean? If you want a running coach, you don't want the best runner in the world, because for that person, they're going to have genetic gifts and other things that made it easier for them. And when you have the person who, you know, who's not a naturally talented weightlifter, when that person is your weightlifting coach, they know what it takes to grind out, you know, and put in every possible effort just to gain a few more pounds on the bar, right? Just to add a few more plates. And so, like, that's the person you really want as your coach, because they're not going to be sort of baffled when it's like you struggle with something that they had a pretty easy time with. Okay. And I don't know, I really believe in that philosophy because, you know, it's nothing against people who are very gifted and athletic. I just think that if you don't understand what it's like to struggle with something, I think it's not that, it's more like if you understand what it's like to have to really struggle to do something, I think that you'll have a much easier time recognizing the struggles that other people are having. And like, oh, and you'll be used to coming up with solutions to that problem. You know what I mean? When you're like a mega super athlete, I don't think you're as used to having to problem solve that way. And I do think that's like the best coaches. Like the best running coach I ever had was not a naturally gifted runner. He was like built, he was a football player and he was built like a football player. He was a big guy, he had like big huge calves, you know? And you're like, this is not a distance runner. Like if you had to guess which sport he played in high school, you would guess correctly. And if you had to guess which sport he was coaching, you would guess incorrectly. But I think that's what made him so good at it, is he was like, look, this is not an easy thing to do. And like, you have to kind of change your whole, you have to change your body in order to do this, like at a high level. And I don't know, it worked. And I think he was especially good with athletes who were not as like naturally talented, which is, I think, a good thing for a coach to be. I had a different coach for track who I didn't work with that much in high school. And I just never thought he was a very good coach because he always spent the majority of his time working with like the super athletes and, you know, the people who were very naturally talented. And like he spent a lot of time working with a kid who went on to be like a college, you know, very successful decathlete. But you're like, well, look, this guy's got natural gifts, obviously, because you cannot be a 10-sport athlete, you know, and just be like mediocre. Like that's never gonna work. So it's like, well, obviously he had gifts, and I think this coach just sort of liked success, you know what I mean, as a coach. And I don't know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I just never thought he was all that great at coaching. Like he didn't seem to know what to do with athletes who weren't really gifted. And I kind of think that if you're a coach, you have to be like able to coach a lot of different kinds of people. Okay, so I should get past these two, right? And then use it. I'm going to use it, or these two. So this is where I should consider elephant. But I think I'm not going to, because I'm so early in this session. Oh, shit. Because here's the other thing about using the elephant. If I use it there, I've still got 3 more badges to go through with no bonus power-ups. And whether or not... There's a strong possibility that I will regret using it for that. You know what I mean? Now, maybe I'm wrong. Because here are some possibilities. I mean, I think it's likely there's another flag. I'm kind of banking on there being another flag. Because if there was a flag after the first 3, I think it would make sense for there to be a flag after every 3, right? So it seems likely to me. However, I don't think it's super likely that there's going to be another item pickup in this entire thing. Possible, yes. Likely, no. I do wonder if it's like if I played as Nabbit, for example, can I just navigate this and do these things not hurt me? I know enemies don't hurt you, but I'm like, do environmental... I assume, like, slime still kills you. And I kind of assume that, also, like, fire still kills you, right? Bad choice. Ah, shit. I may need to start thinking about these fires a little bit more. I mean, you need to start being like, alright, I'm gonna try going when it's at this point, and then next time I'll try and go when it's another 90 degrees, and then another 90, and kind of see if there's a way that makes it easy for me to consistently nail it. I would like to have, I think it's 300 purple coins, you know, before I'm done playing here, just because that way I can play next time and start with another 100 lives. Which doesn't make this easy, but makes it easier. Because you can go in, if you go in with 100 lives, I'm like, well, I think the chance of me getting to almost the end, but not finishing it with 100 lives. It's like last time, you know, I got here with 100 lives, but not beyond this section, so, you know, it's not like I was almost there, so quitting was a shame. I did play longer than I planned to, though, because of the save situation. The halfway flag situation, because I was gonna hang out with Poon Master Flex that afternoon, and I did, but I was gonna hang out longer. She was like, I went upstairs to play, and she's like, you come be my friend, like, maybe 2 o'clock, before 2 o'clock? And I was like, oh yeah, you know, that's like 3 hours away. I'm not gonna play for no 3 hours. And then, of course, I looked at the clock and it was like 2:20 by the time I went downstairs to be her friend. And I was like, you know me a lot better than I know myself. But I was like, the situation was that I was, you know, playing the stage and I got the flag and whatever. But, you know, it's like trying to explain to your mom how save points work. Someone needs to do like a session, just a brief YouTube video that explains to moms how save point works. Maybe they don't need it now because, you know, my generation had a unique struggle, which was like, our parents grew up with video games in the arcade and stuff, but not really like home consoles. And it's like, your parents just never really understood save points, you know? And like, when they're like it's time to stop playing, and you're like, okay, but if I can play for another 10 minutes and get to a save point, I won't undo 2 hours of playing. I think for our parents it was kind of baffling because it's like, well, who cares? Like, it's a game, it's fun, right? So who cares? It's not like you're really undoing something. And that's probably a little bit of that arcade thing too, right? Because in the arcade it was like, I don't know, you didn't have like progress that mattered the next time you played. It was like, yeah, you turn it off and then you start at the beginning again and whatever, you go as far as you can in the time or lives allotted. But then our video games started being more like, well, no, I've played these like 5 levels, they're difficult, and I managed it, but it wasn't easy, and I would like to not have to do it again. So, if you can let me play for another 15 minutes to a save point. But now I'm wondering if, like, moms of today probably understand that better than moms of my day. Okay. I'm gonna be sensible about this. That one's actually probably when this thing is just past the top, right? I'm gonna go as close as I can to when it hits the platform. That works, okay. So, past the top platform. That one's not too tough. Okay. I think I want to go when this one's like at the top, basically. Fuck. Nope. Okay, see, I've learned something. So next time I'm going to try when it's at like 90 degrees. Almost didn't make that. See, this is a part where it is difficult, but once you sort of figure out the moves, it's not too bad. You know what I mean? Like, once you've got the path locked in, you're kind of good to go. And there's just the little matter of, like, if you screw up the timing on these stupid things, because you actually have to jump on the tiny little seed. So I'm down to 94 lives, but I've got 100 coins, so I think I'm in pretty good shape there. Okay. It's like right on the platform, I think, is when I went. So I think I'm going to try and go like there. Okay, yep, 90 is the answer. 90 is the way. Okay. Maybe at the top, maybe at 90 as well? Okay. 90 seems to be the jam here. That's impossible. Man. You probably have to jump straight up and down on that same one, huh? I'm getting a little excited because I'm like, it seems like this whole 90 degrees thing is a pretty good idea. It's helpful to have like a thing like that, like a goal-ish, because then you're not just like staring at the screen going like, oh, now? Now? Maybe now? You know, kind of come up with a plan. Do I even need to get these flowers?
You've got it.
Does that just give me that? I mean, I guess the flowers give you the hint of where you're supposed to go, right? It's really their purpose. Okay, on the thing. $90. I like it.
If all else fails, you just gotta jump, jump, jump.
Shit. No! No! Man, I was one jump away. Almost made it. Oh, fuck.
Crouch and jump.
So you get like 35 coins every time you do that. So you get an extra life every 3 lives. So it's not like... So you do get some recoup if you make it even just through that first part.
You've got it.
Well, I'm very happy with the distance I got last time. That was good. It's like, that feels like progress.
If all else fails, you just gotta jump, jump, jump.
No. Nope. Damn it.
Crouch, then jump.
It's funny, these 2D Mario games really got into having like one stage that's just like outrageously difficult. It's so funny. I don't know. I was like dreading. This is the thing I was dreading the most about playing this game, was like, what if there's another like Super Mario Land 3D situation with that Champions Road where it's just like, oh god, like, I think I spent as long getting those last couple stages in that game as I did on almost the rest of the game. Probably not the entire rest of the game, but not far. Not as far from the amount of time I spent on the rest of the game as I would like. You know what I mean?
If all else fails, you just gotta jump, jump, jump.
So you don't even have to be right on. Now these are so much shorter. Oh shit. I was gonna play around with just staying on there and jumping. But I took a little jump to try and get the timing, and that was a mistake. Because I'm wondering if you can jump on those and just keep jumping as long as you do big jumps. I mean, you probably couldn't do it forever, but I feel like you could do it for a little bit. 2 or 3? So you could kind of get the timing down for the other. Here's the tricky thing about using the elephant too. Like, I could still, for example, fall into the pit or something, right? And then have wasted the elephant that way. If only I knew what was beyond. It would be within my my rights as established by me for this whole thing to look up online and be like, are there any power-ups in this stage? But I haven't done that yet. I don't know if I'm going to. It's like I have some pride or something? I don't know. It makes... I'm skeptical that there's any kind of power-ups in this stage, just because, you know, Champions Road was like, hell no. There's nothing. So I think that's conditioned me to believe that it's unlikely that there's something. Damn it. So I think you gotta jump twice on that last one, maybe. This is where it wears you down. Because you don't want to do it again. You know what I mean? You don't want to do this section again. Really don't want to do this section again. You just want to start fighting the fire. You know what I mean? It's like, I think I'm going to credit Konami with inventing this. With the hallway you go through before you fight death in Castlevania. Which is like, we're going to put a sort of a tedious, slow, but difficult section before the very end, before the boss, because that, like, wears you down, you know, definitely robs you of likely any power-ups you have, and just sort of mentally you're, like, worn out a little bit by the time you get to the thing, and it's like, well, that's actually where the challenge begins, but... You know, so I don't know. I think that's the first place I remember seeing it, or the earliest place I remember seeing something like that. The oldest game where I can remember that sort of being the way. Fuck. Right, so like that time, if I was the elephant, I would have gone down in the pit. I would have taken the hit, but probably not been able to recover. And so it's like I'm saving this elephant, but I have no idea if that's wise or not. You know what I mean? Because I could get to the other 3 badges and then discover, like, well, it doesn't really help me out. Now, I'm not looking forward to these other badges because one is the, like, fast runny badge where you kind of, like, run off the edge of cliffs and then jump at the last possible moment. That's probably the one I've struggled with the most as I've gone through the game here. It's definitely the badge that I'm like, this is not really useful in the game. I guess maybe it would help you if you struggled with the races, you know, if you were having a hard time, but it's kind of hard for me to imagine someone who could use that badge effectively struggling with those races. That seems unlikely to me, but okay.
If all else fails, you just gotta jump, jump, jump.
Should I try and go a little earlier or a little later? I feel like a little later. Damn.
Crouch, then jump.
And it's the whole, like, death hallway, let's call it. Not my favorite game design, you know, trick. Because it's just like the wearing you down with the very long challenge, I think is not, I don't know. I think because I struggle with them a lot, what ends up happening is I finish a game, but I'm not, like, happy about it. I'm like, ugh, fucking good. I don't have to play that again, ever. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I felt when I finished Champions Road. There was some excitement, but I mean, the excitement was like, I'm no longer in this gaming prison that I made for myself, which is that I, for some reason, have to finish this stage. I mean, like, the excitement for something great shouldn't be that it's over. You know what I mean? Something enjoyable. Like, you shouldn't go to a concert and feel like, ugh, yes, the best part was that it ended. You know? A little later. Damn it! Just can't get that maximum hang time, you know? Whew. Last time when I was playing, like, this part started to become almost automatic. Like, it was really weird. I have to wonder, like, I wonder if everyone who plays this stage has, like, struggles with the same portions. Or if, like, most people playing this stage are, like, for some people it's like that crouching jump part, they're like, that was the hardest part for me. Or, like, the swimming part was like, that was impossible. Like, I had to just suck it up and enter with two elephants to get through it. I mean, here's the other thing. I could elect to use an elephant, because if I get to a later stage and discover that I need an elephant, you know, this... If I never make it past this portion... Shit. If I never make it past this part, then I won't even know if I need an elephant later. You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn!
Crouch, then jump.
Oh, fuck. I think I did that before. If you stop pushing down at some point, because what you want to do is hold down this whole time. If you stop pushing down, and then you push down again, it does the butt stomp. But if you hold down, it doesn't do the butt stomp. It continues crouching, which is what you need to do to activate this jump. So that's really what you gotta do here. Can't remember if lives are 300 or 500 coins, but I guess it doesn't really matter because I don't think I'm gonna have much problem getting to that either number with this many lives. Although I guess it depends too on whether the later areas have as many purple coins as this area. This one gives me a handful at the end of the crouching jump section. Fuck. That's impatience, people.
Crouch, then jump.
Because, yeah, the way this game is set up, Dracula hallway, death hallway wise, it's like these sections, there's so many sections here where you can just get killed instantly. So then when you get to the fire section, where it doesn't necessarily kill you instantly, but the chances, because you've already gone through several sections that do kill you instantly, the chances of you arriving there with any power-up equipped is, like, not great.
You've got it.
Tum 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 tum.
This makes better. If all else fails, you just gotta jump, jump, jump.
Oh, fuck. Stopped holding the jump button for no particular reason.
Crouch, then jump.
So when you hold the jump button, you do high jumps every time. When you let it go, you do the little jumps. That's kind of what's going on there control-wise.
Oh, great! Jump against the wall, then jump again.
So yeah, I guess some fitness advice from a random ass dude who you have no idea what kind of shape he's in, and have just watched him play Mario poorly is, if you're like looking for a personal trainer, consider the possibility of getting a trainer who is not in that good a shape. Or like, maybe that's not what I'm trying to say. Maybe what I'm trying to say is like, maybe a trainer being the most fit person in the entire gym isn't the... If I would have hit that thing, I would have made it. Maybe the person being the fittest person in the gym isn't the best indicator. Sometimes too, I think it's a little bit like that. You know, there's that like logic puzzle of you go to an island and there are two barbers on the island and one has a great haircut and one has a terrible haircut. Which one do you have cut your hair? And it's like trying to trick you into saying, oh, I'd have the one with the good haircut cut my hair because he's got a good haircut. And it's like, well, the actual answer is you have the one with the crappy haircut do it because, or with the crappy haircut. Because if there's only two barbers on the island, the guy with the crappy haircut got that from the crappy barber. The guy with the good haircut got it from the good barber. So you want to use the same barber who has... You want to use the barber who has the good haircut, or who has the crappy haircut, because it means he's giving good haircuts, even if he doesn't have one himself. Now, there's some limit to that logic, because... I'm like, well, but wouldn't a good barber be able to fix a crappy haircut on his own head? And also... I think part of what makes a barber good is their taste level. And so it's like, well, if that's what he considers acceptable for himself, I don't know. But on the other hand, you'll hear all the time, like if you watch cooking shows, the chefs or the judges or whoever on those shows will often say, like, they're like, yeah, I mean, I eat Hot Pockets. You know, oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yes. Flag? Yes! Yes! Hell yeah. Okay, so here's fast running shoe time. So I'm probably 2/3 through. Now I've got fast running shoe, invisibility, which is going to be a bastard, and spinny jump, which should be the one I'm the best at because I have far and away the most practice with it. Alright, well, let's see what we've got. See, if this continues where these coins come, this will work. That's what I need. That's what I need is like coins to be like, here's where you should jump. Because if you go a millisecond too late, you miss your jump. Oh, shit. I didn't go like full bore on that. Full bore. That's what I would call most of my college classes. See, I think I have to not slow down, but I'm not sure how to hit one of these rockets if I do that. Something's wrong. I'm doing something completely wrong. Because the timing on these... Maybe I have to stop. Not easy to do. Oh, maybe I can't stop. See, I didn't run off the edge. You gotta run off the edge, huh? You can see he dips down a little, and it's like you have still a fraction of a second after dipping down to sort of still jump. Fuck. Do you think it's possible there's a purple coin if I keep going on the bullets? That seems possible. I might put one there. I'm that kind of guy. Okay, it's not. That looks to be the end, so maybe this one's not as bad as I'm thinking. Though I'm losing lives at a rapid pace. Shit. Not easy. Not easy. It's just so hard. It's like really underrated difficult, underratedly difficult to like ignore your every instinct from playing this game and run off the edge of something. And run quite a bit off the edge of something. It's like a weird... It's just a weird thing to get used to. I'm so happy, though, that there are, like, flags on this. Like, I can't describe how much more pleasant that makes this. I wonder if they were, like, after doing Champions Road, were like, you know, that was kind of a dick move. Alright. Oh my god. Oh. Oh fuck. Forgot about this fucking thing. Okay.
Jump, then unleash the vine. Jump, then unleash the vine.
Don't know where I'm going. I'm still missing a coin, guys. So it will let me sucker plant onto Spike. That's not great. Maybe there's 12 badges? Is that possible? Damn it. It's funny because when you have the super fast run too, you're like, you don't have to build up speed like you normally do. And so I think that like psychs you out, like especially when you have to change directions, because you're like, I don't have enough room here to do this, but you actually do.
Focus. Take a breath.
Didn't seem like I didn't even see a place for a purple coin, so. Oh!
no!
That doesn't stick forever?
Keep going.
Didn't know that. Wonder if I have to like hold the button. Oh shit.
Mid-air spin! Mid-air spin! Focus. Take a breath. Whoa! Impressive!
There's still invisibility. Okay, let's try this out here. I see. So he'll go like 1, 2, 3, and then he's gonna fall.
Then unleash the vine.
So you kind of want to go like now. I see. I see. Because then you're probably going to need to go backwards and hit the rock, but you don't want to hit it when it's hot. Shit. This one is actually fairly generous because it gives you kind of opportunities to save yourself. You can get a little lucky, or like if you don't make all the jumps on this part, you can actually fall down onto the previous area, so you can take a couple shots at it. So this is less dreadful than I was thinking it would be. Less dreadful than a drinks lab that, you know, a questionable doctor created. Dr. Dreadful's drink lab. Let's talk about it. I had this as a kid. Friends had this. I think my younger brother had some version of this. So here's what this was. You basically got like a kit, and it had little like science-looking equipment in it, and then it had various powders that I assume were like gelatins and stuff like that. And you know, it would be like, oh, you're gonna make worms, and then you eat them, and then you're gonna make you know, gross slime that you can eat, you know, stuff like that. And I think what was so funny about Dr. Dreadful's drink lab, well, not funny, but, you know, the thing that probably drove most parents crazy is like, so Dr. Dreadful, oh, that's like really difficult. So you know, and you'd have like, the one I remember the most was like, I think it was the drinks lab, and basically you would mix stuff together that looked really gross, and then it would taste like root beer or something. And so you had these, like, you know, you would throw a thing like the Frankenstein It's Alive switch or whatever, and it would pump liquid through a tube and all that. It was cool. But, you know, you would run out of the powders almost immediately and then had to buy more. And I think that was like the sort of hidden financial secret of Dr. Dreadful, was that it was like, yeah, I bet they didn't make that much money on the labs, the kits or whatever. They probably made their money on the refills. Because, you know, you're basically charging, I'm sure the refills were way too expensive for what they were. And, you know, the kit itself without the refills is essentially worthless. I mean, you could still, I guess, just like screw around with it, but there wasn't a whole lot you could do with it.
give up.
Like, it'd be really nice to know what I'm doing here. No! I was trying to not jump up again because I was like, I'm not gonna make it. Shit. I think Dr. Dreadful's Drink Lab, though, here's my big question about it. When I was a kid, 80s, early 90s, I guess I'm not in danger of revealing my age here because this is called Mario at Exactly 40. When I was a kid, a thing that it seemed like a lot of kids did, myself included, was you would be at home and you would do something called making potions or making concoctions. And basically what it was is you would just go in the kitchen, take a bunch of shit and put it in a blender or, you know, mix it up. And sometimes it was like about making the grossest thing possible. Sometimes it was just, I don't know. I don't know if I could really say there was a like strong goal-oriented element to this. It was just more of like a thing you did to kill time. And I do wonder if kids these days, I'm like, do you guys make potions? It seems like a thing. It's not like a thing that I'm like, you millennials or whatever will never know the joy of making a potion. It's more just like, it seems like a thing of the past. Oh my god. Do you think this is another flag? 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 Please? Shit. Okay, shit. Shit. Mm. Mm. Anyway, Dr. Dreadful to me kind of seems like, as an adult in retrospect, and remembering the things we did as kids, it seems like what probably some smart person did was like, you know what I see my kids doing is this. What if we could create a way to charge kids to do something they're doing for free? Because it's like, well, if they like doing this, just, you know, with, you know, no special equipment or whatever, they'll probably like doing it, you know, if we set this up to be like, look at this spoopy lab and whatever. Which is kind of a genius idea. It's like, you know, we're gonna just take something they're already doing and monetize it for ourselves. Which is like, I know some people look at that and they're like, ah, it's capitalism, it's evil, whatever. And I'm always like, I mean, maybe calm down. It's like, to me, I'm like, let's recognize that there are levels of capitalism and levels of evil, you know, where I'm like, I mean, I think somebody selling a toy is not something that's evil enough that I'm usually gonna get upset about it, you know? Because it's like, I don't know, man. The level of evil in the world is so high that it's like, it's hard for me to see that as like terrible. I think it's also got something to do with the fact that the way I look at toys in particular is like, well, it's not like I was gonna not buy toys. I just read this comic and it was kind of about toy manufacturers, especially in like the 80s. Fucking fuck. I need to come up with some kind of way to do that. Maybe the midair spin is what I need to do. Just to kind of get an idea of where I am. I got the coin. Good news. There is a piece of good news. I read this comic and it was sort of about how like Kenner and like He-Man toys and Star Wars and all this stuff sort of sold us our childhood and created this like fake nostalgia and all this stuff, and you know how advertising to kids is kind of evil. And I was like, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time I was like, well, look, it's not like I'm not gonna want to play with toys as a kid, you know what I mean? And so like on the scale of evil capitalism, I'm sort of like, yeah, I mean, trying to convince me to play with your company's specific toys, in terms of like how evil is that, I'm like, you know, marginally at best.
Don't give up.
Why would you say don't give up as if I'm giving up?
See ya.
Okay, let's see. No!
Keep going.
So the invisibility one is one that I'm like sorely, it's one of those times I'm sorely tempted to look things up online because I'm like, there has to be a better way to do this. You know what I mean? There's got to be something I can do that gives me some hint. By the way, just in case anyone was worried that I had not made the wrong choice, pretty sure using the elephant and the fire thing would have been just fine, based on everything that's happened subsequently. Doesn't seem like the elephant would help me out at all in any of these. I don't know if the heated blocks are instant death, but... So anyway, like Dr. Dreadful, it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess you could call them evil for like taking something kids used to do for free and then making money off of it. But also, it's not like the Dr. Dreadful empire was like, you know, lasted 1,000 years. I don't think it exists anymore, and if it does, it's, you know, a shadow of its former self, right? So it's like, the level of evil here just doesn't seem very high to me. Maybe too, I'm like, for Dr. Dreadful, or like the evil of selling He-Man to kids. And like, I don't know, creating this marketing to kids and stuff. I'm like, I guess it's just like the scale of evil for me. I'm like, you know, I can't care about everything. So I think I'm gonna save my outrage for something that's probably more outrageous. It's just not that exciting. And like, to be honest with you too, so the book kind of poses this idea of like the bad thing about, the book is called The He-Man Effect by Box Brown, by the way. It's good. It's good, but I like his Andre the Giant book and his Tetris book better. But I think his premise doesn't work too, because part of it is like about how, so, you know, I played with these action figures, and it was like these action figures kind of already had stories set out for them. Whereas like other toys that kids may have played with in the past didn't have that, right? Like if you played with just a set of fake handcuffs or something, it was like, well, you know, you've got handcuffs, but it's not, there's no storyline. You have to make up the story, you have to do all this stuff. Okay. Please hold until I'm dead and then I can talk again. Like, okay, I'll go back to the start. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Jesus. That's ridiculous. Okay, so these storylines, you know, if you were playing with even like a toy gun, it's like, well, you have a gun, but there's no, you know, what's the narrative here? Who are the characters? You kind of had to make all that up yourself, right? And so I think that the author, Box Brown, his sort of idea is that like that was a better thing for kids. And they didn't have these like preconceived ideas about, you know, how every story should go. It wasn't like always like, well, this character has to win, you know, whoever plays with this gun is the good guy or something like that. And I think what I don't buy about that is kind of twofold, because I'm like, well, I mean, I think a lot of the things I remember enacting as a kid with like those more generic toys, you know, I would reenact things I had seen in comic books or on TV or whatever. So it was not totally, it wasn't like totally out of thin air. It was a lot of things that I had seen or that I had heard of or whatever, right? And I don't know. I think the other thing that makes me sort of doubt the premise is that I remember acting out scenarios from, like, crossover things. So, like, I would have a Ghostbusters figure, because that's what I had. But, you know, I wouldn't be acting out a Ghostbusters story. I'd be acting out a story from Hercules, The Legendary Journey, or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's what I had access to, was a Ghostbuster. And so you would just kind of use that to do your thing, but I didn't feel like I was hemmed in because it was like, well, the only thing I can do with this Ghostbuster toy is do a Ghostbuster thing. Like, it always seemed to me like you could kind of just do whatever. And that's sort of how I experienced a lot of other people playing with toys, too. Fuck. I hate this invisible thing so much. It's starting to make me think, like, maybe I should just go, like, and just push left, you know what I mean? And be like, alright, if I go full steam, where will that end me up? Does that work? You know what I mean? Just come up with a system. See, and this is another great example. It's like, it gives you, I have to do these 3 other challenges before I get there, before I get to try again. And this is a good example of how that gets frustrating, because you're like, I mean, I die really quickly and have really no idea what I'm doing on the invisibility one. And these other ones I'm doing okay, you know what I mean? Like, for the most part. This one's a little tough, but...
Jump, then unleash the vine. Jump, then unleash the vine.
And you know, this one is one of the shitty ones where it does require you to have patience. Because you kind of gotta wait here and there.
Don't give up. See ya.
Okay. I'm very close to just Googling, like, trick for invisibility part. Fuck! Damn it. It's not the easiest thing to jump on these balloon guys when you can see where the fuck you are. I mean, I guess the other thing with the author's premise on that book is that, like, it does feel to me like a cat out of the bag situation, where it's like, I mean, we can't unwind the world in such a way where it's like, well, now it's as if children's entertainment never existed, children's toys were always generic and never branded. I don't know, maybe too, part of it that doesn't speak to me is I think it dabbles in a certain amount of, like, subliminal, marketing thinking, which I've never been a big fan of, because I think in order for me to believe that subliminal messaging, like, really is really effective, I sort of would have to be like, okay, well, it actually there may be validity to the idea of, like, backwards masking or something. You know, where if you play a record backwards, it sends you a secret message. Which is always something I've hated, because it's like, the idea to me doesn't make any sense. Because it's like, so somehow a signal is coded in such a way that I can't actually hear it without, you know, basically... Okay. How many times do you think I have to successfully make this jump? Damn it! Subliminal messaging is something I can't believe in because many reasons. So I don't believe it's possible to create like a subliminal message that actually causes someone to take some kind of action. Because if that were possible, you'll notice that, like, there's immediate dismissal of the idea of subliminal messages, like doing anything positive. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, if you listen to this tape at night, you'll quit smoking. You know what I mean? It'll send you messages to quit smoking, and you will. Like, that sounds like malarkey, right? And so I'm like, how come that we think is totally fake, but, you know, if someone trying to get you to worship the devil, it's like, oh, that's real for sure. And it makes no sense to me. And it's obvious. It's because it's like, well, you know, people want to believe it's real when it benefits them to believe it's real. And they want to believe it's fake when it's, you know, attacking something that they like. But the other thing is, it's hard for me to believe that subliminal messaging would be effective because, like, if subliminal, or if, liminal, I guess? Not subliminal, but liminal messaging doesn't really work, why would a subliminal message work? You know what I mean? Like, why would I be convinced to do something subliminally that I wouldn't be convinced to do just by choice? It also kind of is, like, laughable because you look at the things that people accuse of having subliminal messaging. I would say metal music is probably, you know, the biggest example, or rock music from the 50s and 60s, probably, of people trying to, like, prove that there's subliminal messaging. But the thing that I think is weird about that in this day and age is sort of like, if subliminal, why would you need to do subliminal messaging? You can pick up a metal album that is just straight up, like, talking about Satan and all that stuff. You don't have to pretend that it's not there. You know what I mean? You don't have to. It's not like, you know, sometimes people are like, Shakespeare had secret hidden things about homosexuality or something. And you're like, well, I could see it because I'm sure in his time, if you were gay, you know what I mean? You can at least make the case, for me, that it's like, yeah, I mean, in Shakespeare days, it's probably not a real fun time to be gay. And you probably aren't going to get a lot of people, you know, waving a rainbow flag at your plays. You know what I mean? It's not going to work that way. So I'm like, yeah, you had to do that then. I don't think you really have to do that anymore. Like, I guess if you really want your CDs to be sold at Walmart, you do, but, like, who cares? I don't think that really matters anymore. Or, like, certain radio stations won't play it or something? I don't know. And, you know, like, the things that I'm like, well, we have, you know, there was a big song that was just called Wet Ass Pussy, right? And I'm like, that's the title of the song. So, like, I feel like we're way beyond the need to be like, let's just call heroin Mr. Brownstone. You know what I mean? Let's, you know, let's be a little bit coy about this. I don't know if that's really a thing anymore.
Oh no!
This sucks. I keep hitting that same thing. Not getting to do my invisible time. I hate that invisibility thing exists. I mean, now I know why that badge exists. And I think that badge exists exclusively to make this one portion of this level difficult. You know what I mean? Like, somebody came up with this idea of the badge challenge, and they're like, well, let's throw some badges in there that are actually not helpful. I mean, it's possible that it's helpful somewhere in the game used a certain way, I guess, because I didn't use it, because even if it is marginally useful, I have to think that its downsides far outweigh its upsides. You know what I mean? Like, its utility is probably destroyed by its impracticality. Because, like, to get to a place in a level where it's actually useful seems really difficult to me.
Deep breaths. See ya.
Okay. Let's get invisible, as the Goosebumps book would tell us. This is the best trick I've come up with, is if you hit this, you can see the little spinnies. And it's actually funny, because, like, right there, when the coins come out, right? It kind of hampers your ability to know where you are through the spinnies. It makes your life a little worse. Fuck! Fuck!
Keep going.
See, this sucks too, because, like, this first part's not bad, this part's not bad. But there is the one jump that seems to be consistently giving... Oh, shit.
No.
Consistently giving me trouble on the heated blocks part, which sucks.
Keep going.
It's just like, it's frustrating, you know what I mean? Because you're like, I don't know, man, I'm just trying to get through here. You make me do so much just to get back to the invisibility part, just to not even hit the first stupid balloon. And you gotta take it so slow through the bouncy gel part. Because that's the only fucking way that you're gonna make it through there.
Focus. Impressive. Jump, then unleash the body. Deep breaths.
See, because this is like, you gotta be pretty sharp with your timing, but it's not like incredibly sharp. There's some wiggle room. You can get away with some shit. I hate this so fucking much. Oh boy. No! Here's the thing. If you hit those guys, but you hit them, like, sort of towards the backside, you know, the Sir Mix-a-Lot zone. The Mr. Mix-a-Lot zone. Sir Mix-a-Lot, thank you very much! And go through the knighthood ceremony just to be called Mr. Mix-a-Lot. That's like a shitty version of the Dr. Pepper joke. And go to 8 years of Pepper Medical School just to be called Mr. If you hit those things on the backside-ish, you kind of get rocketed backwards instead of forwards. So it's like, not only do you have to kind of make this difficult jump onto this moving platform that's sort of hard to nail, you have to actually, it's even more precise than it looks. Like, you don't just have to hit the thing, you have to hit it on the right part of the thing, which is nuts. It's like I'm trying to play this part right now and just like unfocus my eyes to be like, can you just like know where Mario is without looking? You know what I mean? Like trying and make myself see the game that way somehow. Because it might be like all psychological in a way, where it's like, well, I'm not really looking at Mario most of the time when I'm playing. I'm looking at, you know, what's coming up and stuff. You just kind of have to know where he is.
See ya.
Well, I've used a quarter of my lives. See, so I try and use these little spins to tell where I am here. But when you're on the cloud and then the coins come out, it actually kind of obscures where you are. No! No!
Keep going.
It's how these later Mario games suck you into completionism. Like, some of the earlier ones, I'm thinking New Super Mario Brothers Wii U. It becomes obvious very early on that trying to get everything is going to be kind of shitty. Oh god. It's not going to be very fun, and it's going to take a lot of time and just be way more effort than it's worth. So you're like, alright, fuck it. But this game, along with Super Mario 3D World, kind of plays this whole thing where it's like, well, look, right now, I'm 99% done. You just have to do this one last thing. But it's like, to do the one last thing is, you know, as much effort as any other 10 things from this game combined, you know? So it's like a weird thing where you want to finish it, even though you're not having very much fun, because you're like, I'm so close to finishing it. And for some reason, being close to finishing it makes it like way worse to not finish it. You know what I mean? Which is weird, because it's like, well, you could have just chosen to not finish it at 50%, and you'd sort of, it does feel like you've given up if you don't finish it at this point. You know what I mean? It feels more like giving up than if I had just said, well, look, I'm going to get the bare minimum I need to finish the game and then just be done. Like, that would feel, I would be fine with that decision, but because I've decided to go so far into completion, it's like giving up now feels so terrible. Not gonna make it. You kind of have to make it far on that first one, you know? I think that's the key. Because if you just sort of barely hit it, but you have no forward momentum, you're boned. It's almost like maybe what I should be trying to do is hit that as far down the line as I can. See, I like that the timing on this one does kind of work, where if you just run straight through, that's probably the best timing for this. It doesn't force you to wait for something to happen in order to, like, go past an obstacle. This one is the opposite. You have to wait. You cannot just go. If you just go at the beginning, that's like, it's a beginner's trap. Because what you'll do is be right there, and then you'll be on fire.
Deep breaths. See ya.
Bye. This is like, yeah, where you have to... Fuck! Have to, like, just know where he is. It's like, there's nothing for it. Jump, then unleash the body. Deep breaths. See, and you get hooked. Because you're like, alright, now I'm here. And I have made progress on this part. Like, I think I've kind of figured out the game here. Sort of. And it is my classic tactic. Because it's like, I think what these action platformers try to trick you into doing is going really fast. When being a little more careful and treating each obstacle as sort of its own thing is usually the way to go. Damn it! And it's just not, that one's just not that difficult for me. Even though I do die sometimes, because it's like, well,
Jump, then unleash the bomb.
it's not that tight. You know what I mean? It's not like incredibly tight to where you're like, look, if you don't go at the exact right time, you're boned. It's like, there's some wiggle room here. You know? The jumps aren't so difficult that they're like,
Don't give up.
just something you can't do if you're even a millisecond off. It's very much like the crouching high jump stage. See, and what you want to do is wait until this is pointing a good way. That will allow you to use it as a springboard. Okay, so I need to jump on this guy twice, probably. Ah! And he gets smaller! Like, why does he have to get smaller? It's not hard enough. But it's like, oh, and then you hit him, and the second time you have to hit him, which is even harder than the first time, he's also going to be smaller. Like, this is sadistic. You know what I mean? I've managed to resist being super upset about this up until now, but like, this is crazy how difficult that is. And it's the one fucking thing too that's like, the rest of these, you get a break every 3. And that's the one where you have to do 4. And it's the 4th one. Why couldn't that one be this one? You know what I mean? That would be so much better. Because you get so frustrated because you're like, I get that far, I do this much stuff just to die. Just to die again. Unceremoniously, stupidly. I think too, it's like, it's a stage that really makes you, the player, feel dumb. You know what I mean? It makes you feel like you suck. But it's not. You don't suck because you can't do that stage. And I'm not just saying that to make myself feel better. Because trust me, nothing makes me feel good about myself. So it doesn't matter. But like, that's not a like reasonable challenge. That's not a fair challenge. It's just a fuck you. It is like the simplest version to me of like a fuck you in a game. You know what I mean? Like whoever made it was just like, we're gonna make the hardest thing, we're gonna make it at the very end. And it does the thing I think I've talked about several times in these Mario games, which is like, I don't like when what a game does to add challenge is sort of change up the gameplay in a drastic way from what you've been doing the whole time. And so like the whole time you've been playing this game, Mario is visible. And then you're like, let's take out that element of Mario being visible. You know, and that just sucks. Like, I just think this sucks. And it's not fun. And I don't like it. The rest of these are, like, so difficult. But I can't say that any of them frustrated me as much as this one. Like, even the fire one, which I really struggled with, I was like, it's doable. You know what I mean? Like, the whole time I was playing with it, I was like, it's possible. I can do this. Like, this is the thing, I guess. I don't think it's just me, but like, the balance, where you're like, let's make a stage that's challenging, but not super frustrating. And it's like, this is frustrating and not fun, and like, just, it's punishing. It punishes you for having the audacity to try and like, complete the game 100%. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if you want to complete the game 100%, you're gonna have to do this shit.
Focus.
And I'm almost tempted to just be like, you know what? Maybe this is where this journey ends. And I don't finish this. And that's like, that's growing up, man. That's being like, I'm a grown up. I don't have to finish anything. Just because some asshole made this doesn't mean I have to do it. But I'm also like, this is the end of not just this game, but like 2 years of Mario and playing all the Marios and like whatever and taking on the big challenges. It's bigger for me than it is for you. You're just a normal person. I am a Mario playing machine at this point. Not a, well lubricated, you know, good working machine, but a machine. Machines can be busted and shitty. Just because I'm saying I'm a machine doesn't mean I'm like awesome. That's your preconceived notion of what a machine is. But you know, like a broken down Jeep Grand Cherokee because it's 18 months old is a machine. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. How could you do that? This is fucking cruel. But it's like, we'll make it hard to get the flag because it's like you're invisible. That's fucked up. I'm so glad I got that because I would have been so pissed if I'd missed it. I did it. I did it. It's done. Fuck you, you stupid fat fish. Oh, what is this? Okay. This is just a house, right?
Here we go. Woo!
And so Mario's party achieved a spectacular feat, clearing all of the special world courses. What an astonishing display of skill. To commemorate this achievement, you've earned the secret badge, the sound-off badge. Such a wonderful adventure. Thank you for playing. You are a super wonder. There you go. What do you think that does? Okay. Now I just have to get the rest of these stupid things. You acquired all of the badges, earning you a medal. That makes 5. We did it. This is a really big accomplishment. You should feel proud. I wonder what'll happen if you use the secret badge. Sure. You think it tells me? Hear strange voices. Alright, well let's see if we can, I got 408 coins. Let's try and get these rest of these freaking standees. It looks like I have a tinkling thing that's happening behind me. I don't know if that was there before. I don't love that this makes this, you know, that this is this random way. So I have 40 that I'll be able to buy. And I need another 30. There's really no chance that that's going to work out. It would have to be only like 1 out of every 4 wasn't one that I needed. Alright, so I've got all the yellow Yoshis, right? So now at this juncture... Oh, buy one of these to get one you don't have yet! Why didn't I read that? Why am I so stupid? I am so fucking stupid. I wasted a lot of money. So I'll have all through daisies. So I need to get 18 more. So I need 360 plus another 180. 180? Need like maybe another 500 purple coins? Ish? No, that's not right. Because, well, maybe that is right. Okay. I know that somewhere around here we've got like little coin-gasm levels. I think in the petal aisles is especially where I remember seeing them. Damn it. I know there's some kind of coin, like, extravaganza. Somewhere. Maybe a Wiggler race is a good one. Damn it. I could have sworn there was some kind of like coin gathering opportunity. Alright, we're gonna just do a quick search. Best place. Purple coins. Mario Wonder. Go nab it with the coin magnet badge. You make 400 purple coins every 10 minutes? What? Okay, how do I... Characters. Nab it. And then... Coin magnet. Okay, okay. Fungi Mines Special Dangerous Donut Ride. This is what the Reddit is telling me to do. Fungi Mines are this way, I think? What the fuck? Where's Special Dangerous Donut Ride? Fungi Mines? Do I just have to like go in there? Yeah. Might be, but I don't need it. Where's this stupid special dangerous donut ride? I don't get it! Is it because it's an uncharted area? Are they not on my thing? What the fuck? I know there's a level called Special Dangerous Donut Ride because I hated it. Fungi Mine Special Dangerous Donut Ride. Oh, okay. It's a special world? Why wouldn't you say that it's the special world level, Dangerous Donut Ride? Why would you say Fungi Mines? That's incredibly stupid. Oh, okay. I'm waiting to see this sort of purple coin extravaganza. This person talking about purple or regular coins? Because the purple coinage here is not strong. And maybe this is where it heats up? Oh, fuck me. That answers my question about... Well, okay, so I made like 2. Oh. Well, that's a little bit of a game changer. No, fuck! Who is this asshole who said this? They sent me down the wrong path. Then it's like, I mean, this isn't great. Does it get great? Like, it better get great. Because right now, I'm not impressed. What the fuck? I mean, I know I'm playing this very impatiently and badly, but like... people, when we're talking about good places to farm coins, it should be a place where there's, you know, the coin per minute rate is high, but also like the death, you don't have to do anything very difficult in order to access the high coin area. Because like so far, not a lot in here, and the chances of death are, like, ridiculously high. Is this, like, where it starts to happen for me? 410 minutes, huh? I mean, so in theory, I should only have to play for about 10 minutes. Oh, here we go. But see, that wasn't, like, that many. Because they're tenths of coins. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm buying this one as the coin-gasm that I'm seeking. What else? Let's see. I saw that going into Sugar Star Trial across the night sky is the best. Sugar Star Trial. Where? Where is it? Shining Falls. Let's give it a try. I was just, so I'm reading like Reddit to try and get advice for this. Some fucking idiot on there was like, huh, I never had trouble getting enough coins. And it's always people like that. I'm like, why? Why would you bother to even, why would you comment on this subreddit where someone is like, where's the best place to farm for coins? Because, you know, I'm looking for more coins in Mario Galaxy, or Mario Odyssey. Mario Wonder, Jesus. And they're like, I never had trouble getting coins. You're like, alright, maybe shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know. If you didn't have trouble with it, obviously that's not a question for you then. You know what I mean?
Good job.
This seems way better than the one I was on before. I got like 60 now?
They bring good luck.
So I wasn't paying attention to how many I started with. But like, okay, that was a good example of what I'm talking about, where I'm like, a pretty good number of coins with a pretty, you know, low risk of death. Harudu. So I'm at 60 right now.
Dazzling. Great job. Go, go!
I mean, so it's 76. 9. Like 20. This is gonna take forever. Guys. Feel like there's gotta be a better answer than that. Purple coins farm. Let's see. View spoiler. Jet Run Badge Challenge 1. Shining Falls Special Triple Threat Deluge. Alright, Jet Run Badge Challenge 1. Wonder where that is. Here's what's funny about doing this too is like, so right now I'm spending all this time trying to find, you know, these different things. But it's like, I could just be playing the game, I guess, and how far could I be from getting things? Okay, there's Jet Run 2. God damn it. Shining Falls Special Triple Threat. Well, that's probably in Special World, right? So that one I got about 20 for a playthrough, which isn't a lot. Ah. This is much easier as Nabbit. Guess I could have been Nabbit on the last stage, huh? Taking some advantage at least. What was that dope thinking? So I got like 20 again? Is that right? But this seemed quite a bit easier than that other one, that falling one. Okay, let's see. Let's try Jet Run Badge Challenge 1. In Pipe Rock Plateau? Is that right? Let's see. Let's see if this is better. I mean, it is Jet Run. So it should be faster, right? Relatively quick thing. That I'm now slightly better equipped for. Very slightly. But I mean, that was 10 right there, right? I mean, really, I should be dying every time, because that's probably a much faster restart than watching this. I do like the idea of Nabbit just being this, you know, creature just stealing shit. Okay. Yeah, so we gotta just die here. Also, I don't think it takes your lives, right? So maybe if I just run into the pit... Okay. So I'm at 113. Still. Getting the halfway flag is not great. So you go to 125, so that's about 12? So now, okay, 120. We'll see where I'm at the end of this. 125. So I'm gonna get about 5 per run here. No, this kind of sucks. I think. Wait a minute. It doesn't count if I die. You gotta be kidding me. This is the best coin farming. Okay. Oh. Well, now my phone died, so I'm a little bit on my own again. Okay. Well, let's just figure out where we're at with this. So I'll be at 130, so I need 14 more. So that'd be 300, 520? Is that right? $520 more freaking coins? Didn't realize that, yeah, dying causes you to lose them all. That kind of sucks. Oh, shit. Well, let's just see what this does. Hear strange voices. I mean, it's got to do something, but what? Because what would be the point of it otherwise, right? He's just making weird noises when he jumps. Why is this a badge? This is like a weird, non-helpful thing. So all the sound effects are like weird now? That's what I got? That's what my hard-earned efforts. Well, okay. It's time to talk about, you know, sort of Pete's final thoughts on this game, which will last for a little while because got a coin gather, but I liked this one. This is a good one. I think it's, you know, the 2D ones are sort of I don't know, I think it was definitely time for them to make some new moves, you know what I mean? Do something a little different. And I do think this game delivered on that idea. Because I think that's what had been lacking from the 2D Mario games. Oh. Thank you for reminding me that I had turned off this coin magnet. I barely used like any of these, huh? But it's okay. So I am very happy with, like, I think some of the changes that came about with this game and like some of the new the new ideas that came into play, I think really worked. Fun. I think the ideas were fun, and that's like a big plus, right? Because, I don't know, you can have a lot of good ideas, but if they're not super fun, then who gives a shit? I can't walk off the edge. This is actually helpful information. You know, who cares? Like, if the ideas don't really add fun factor, as our whatever game factor magazine person would say, then who cares? Will you hit this damn gold brick already? I think this will still kill me, probably. Given the opportunity.
Way to go!
Yeah, and it's like, so I think the 3D ones always do kind of innovate. I mean, probably the biggest exception there would be Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. But those games definitely feel like they were probably... I think there was probably a lot left on the cutting room floor when they made Mario Galaxy. And I don't see it as like a crime to have repurposed that and then used it for Mario Galaxy 2 because... I mean, A, because I think they're very fun games and very imaginative. And B, because it's like, yeah, I mean, Mario Galaxy isn't that long a game. So it doesn't overstay its welcome, so playing basically the same game again is not like a chore, to me anyway. But like the 2D ones, I was definitely feeling like, I mean, these are all kind of the same. Like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I think, really breathed a lot of life into 2D Mario gaming. Mostly by bringing 4 players into the mix, you know? That's like so many players that I think you can really get a lot out of that. But, other than that, you know, and, you know, there's like some spinny hat. There were occasional new items and some things, but it just wasn't quite as, you know, innovative, I guess, as some of the titles, I thought. And I think that this, with the Wonder Seeds and the other things, I think it kind of did a smart thing by saying, like, maybe the things we bring to the table here aren't necessarily new power-ups and stuff, but maybe what it needs to be is, like, kind of a new style of play. And I think that this is more subtle in that way, but by having the wonder flowers or whatever they're called, and then, like, you know, everything changes and goes kind of chaotic, I do think that brought something to the game that was new, or at least a new sort of vibe to the game. And it kind of, you know, it does allow you to play with a new style, which is like, hey, if you're a player who likes to play very chaotically and just kind of run and hope for the best and, you know, whatever, this game's probably your jam. And, you know, I like it. I like that that's kind of a thing they made. I do also think that, like, it's a well-balanced game in terms of, like, I felt like the whole time I was playing this game, the secrets weren't that hard to find. They weren't so hard to find that I was, like, frustrated by them. You know what I mean? I didn't really have a ton of trouble finding the coins or whatever. And I think that's about correct. Because I just don't think people want to spend a shitload of time looking for that stuff. And sometimes I think when they make them too hidden, I think that was the case in the Mario Wii U. It's like, I don't know, guys, I think you made this too mysterious. And it's like less fun than it is baffling. And this game does a really good job of indicating things, which I think kind of, you know, you might take for granted, but having played like Mario Sunshine, for example, it does a good job of indicating which stages have you finished, which have you not finished, you know, where are the secrets that are yet to be uncovered. Okay, so this person swore that this other stage I was playing earlier is like... Yeah, this one. This is like 400 coins in 10 minutes. So I'm looking at my clock here. I'm at like 229. So at 240 I should have enough coins. Oh, I forgot I can go up and down. That's actually pretty helpful. So if you die, you lose everything. So I would have lost everything I just earned there if I hadn't made it. I do like, though, this Nabbit is like just running through the Mushroom King or Flower Kingdom, I guess. Just stealing stuff. He's like, I don't know, I just like stealing. I was born named Nabbit. What do you expect? There's something, too, about a little criminal character like this, where he seems to be having a very good time stealing stuff that does make it more fun. Because you're like, I don't know, there's something charming about this little guy just being like, I just enjoy stealing. It's like, you know, he's not sinister, he's just born this way. I don't know if you guys watched all of my Super Mario Odyssey, but like, that was by far the most painful coin farming. Like, it was ridiculous how much coin farming you have to do at the end. And like, this one's not so bad, because if I had just read the damn thing, I think I probably would be pretty close to having all the standees at the end of the game, just sort of naturally. But I didn't read the thing. So, you know, there's a certain amount of me right now just saying like, you know, I might be somewhat to blame for this. I can take my share of the blame for not reading the directions there. Not even the directions, the like, hey, this is why this one costs this much more. So here's what I thought. I thought what it was saying was that by doing that, it was still a random standee that you got, but it might be a random of only a certain character. Fuck. So you're definitely gonna get like a Mario one, let's say, but it would still be a random Mario one. And that's, and then I was like, oh, I see. This is saying that I get one that I need. You know, felt pretty stupid. Oh, God. This is why I don't love this one for coin farming. It's like, well, you gotta be a little careful. It's like, I think, when I think of farming, I think of like minimal effort, minimal chance, maximum return on coins for minimal investment of time and energy is, to me, what makes a good coin farm. Galaxy, I found, or Odyssey. I think it was, there was a place in Bowser's whatever level that was pretty good, but then also it had you do this sort of mini game that comes with it of balloon hunting, where it's like other players, you get like 30 seconds or something to place a balloon somewhere, and then other players will start from standard position and then have, you know, a certain amount of time to get to that balloon and pop it. And that actually earned you a lot more coins a lot more quickly. So while I was critical of, you know, I was kind of like, well, what the hell, man? Like, why does this require so many freaking coins? I was a little bit like, well, I think that what they were trying to do was to get me to play the balloon game as opposed to farming coins throughout the entire game. So I kind of get it. Kind of get what they're doing there. That being said, I think the sort of failure in Super Mario Odyssey, right, was like, because there's still so many outfits to get left at the end, you know, I can't imagine anyone finishes that game and is like gotten most of the outfits by the time they sort of organically finish the game. Like, I don't think you would end up with even half of, you know, monetarily half the outfits, unless you really were like coin farming pretty hard the whole time. And so I think that's kind of a mistake on their part, because the result is that you don't really get to spend much time playing the game in all the outfits, you know what I mean? Which is not like a major complaint, but I'm like, I don't know, if a game has a thing that you can get, it's sort of like, well, you should give me the thing when I have time to enjoy it, when there's enough game left that it's still sort of worthwhile. And that game felt like maybe that's where it fell the most short, in my opinion, was there wasn't enough game left, and it was like I was just getting the last outfits to get them, but I didn't get to actually play using them ever. So that was disappointing. And this game is similar, but I don't think the standees really do anything for me personally. Oh, I wonder if I could have put standees, like, my understanding is other players can use them as starting points. I wonder if I could put them in the final special world and then people could start from there, you know what I mean? Is that like ways you can do your gaming, homie, as a solid? I mean, I do like the idea of the standees if that's how they work. It's sort of like a little gift you give to other players. You know, it's like, well, maybe everyone doesn't have a big brother who can play the hard levels for them. So you could be their big brother. You know, they have like Catholic Big Brother program. It's like, well, it's sort of like that, but I'm just playing Mario all day. It's like that, but much easier. And I never have to actually meet some kid. Like I'm so okay. I'm not quite at 10 minutes yet. And I gotta give it a little extra because I died a few times. Slowed me down. haven't gotten all the big coins every time. In fact, I'm never getting the one, which actually I should remedy, because it seems worth it, I guess. I think this is like the big error, though, of like when I'm talking about the outfits or I'm talking about getting these standees, I think where that affects the game in a negative way is like you don't get to finish the game on the big, you know, victory point. You're finishing the game with this. Just kind of like going through some fairly boring motions in order to just sort of be like, I did it. So it's not like as joyous a way to finish the game as I would prefer. I think I'm not gonna bother with the one down here, the big coin, because I think the risk-reward ratio is incorrect for me. I mean, maybe I could do it. It's dangerous thinking, though. See, okay, this part coming up seems like a shitload, right? And it's like 7 or 8? You know what I mean? It looks like it's so many, but I suspect our friend has been fooled into thinking that it's like a shitload. I'm gonna do it one more time and then call that 10 minutes. I think 410 minutes was a gross overestimation. Because I would guess I'm somewhere around 100. Well, did I start this totally with none? Even if I started this with 0, I'm going to be probably at 200 some after 10 minutes. And you know, I've even excluded the time. I've added some time. It's probably going to be more like 15 for me just because I died. So I was like, in fairness, that person is saying like, well, it'll be this much time, if, you know, if you don't die like a dumbass. Let's talk about Final Badge Challenge in this game. Preferable to Champions Road. And I think the simple addition of checkpoints is really like the magic making difference there. I guess I just feel like that is such a better way to do it. You know what I mean? How many times would I have had to play that same stupid first level just to get anywhere? You know what I mean? I would have had to play that so many times. I would have been so over it, so frustrated, and just like bored with that first section, those many first sections. And it's like one slip up and you die, and it's very easy to slip up here and there. But here's the other thing. I know it's not like they're listening to me, because no one is, but like, I'm a big fan of doing something like adding checkpoints, because if you're like a hardcore player and you're like, that's like an insult to my playing abilities or whatever, you can skip the flags. You can be like, I'm going to make it my personal challenge to get through this without touching a single flag. And you know what? Like, nobody is stopping you from doing that. So like, I say go for it. And like, I'm all for it. You know, like, this is a game, this is a thing that we used to do back in the day, is like, you would make challenges for yourself for Super Mario. You know what I mean? Like, you'd try and play the first level with your eyes closed and see who could get the furthest. You know, shit like this was a fun way to make your own game within the game. So like, if you're somebody who's like, I have to taste blood in order to, I want to be pissing blood by the time I'm done with this. It was so hard. then you can just not touch the flags. Or just be like, if I touch the flag, I'll exit the level and start over. Yeah, and that's like totally fine. I support that. I don't know about the pissing blood thing, if I support that, even though I just kind of invented it talking here, but regardless, you know, it's a thing. I think this game is pretty good too in terms of like, I felt like there was a reasonable balance between what I'm going to call mainline game and after game, after party. Some of the games, the Mario games, it's like Odyssey, for example, when you beat the game, you really played a very small percentage of what's available, right? And that's kind of how I was making most of my decisions in this project of like, well, am I going to quit here, or am I going to go a little further, or like, what am I going to do? Was always kind of like, do I feel like I've seen the game or not, you know? And this is one where I was like, I do feel like there was more to see in the post-game levels and like the sort of completionist aspect of it. And there were fun things that I would have missed if I had quit at the point where it was like, well, you technically beat the game. And I really do like that, because I think that makes it so it's like the game is beatable and, you know, finishable for players who are not like obsessive weirdo idiots doing this like me. But also, you know, there's stuff to do. It's not like you're just doing the same things in the post game and it's like basically the same game, just kind of harder and shittier, which is how some games feel. So I really did like that. I liked that playing into the post game does feel like a worthwhile endeavor. I feel like that's a sign of good design. But also, it's not like if you played straight through and kind of did the minimum to fight Bowser and end things, you wouldn't feel like cheated. You know, it wouldn't be... It's not like you missed entire huge swaths of the game or styles of gameplay or something. It was more like, well, whatever. I do think this game had a little bit of weirdness to it in that, like, playing back through, I realized I had skipped some stages and some other things that I was like, this would have really helped me out in, like, knowing how to use this power-up or whatever. If I had played this stage the first time through before getting to a later stage where I had to do this skill, and it kind of felt like, Jesus Christ, how was I supposed to know that, you know? And the answer is, well, you were supposed to know that because you probably should have played this stage before. But maybe, I don't know. I was probably playing through in kind of a weird way because I was half-assedly doing everything. But also then I was playing with Poonmaster Flex for a while, which changed because, you know, I'm like, yeah, when I'm playing with Poonmaster Flex, I'm not going to go for a completionist angle. Which is probably another thing. Unfortunately, the commentary was cut out when we were playing together. But this game has a really weird two-player style where it's like one person has a crown, and if you're wearing the crown, the screen kind of focuses on you instead of both people. And I did find that a little weird. Like, it did seem... It wasn't as good of a way to manage the screen as the past games, which would, I think, just expand the screen, kind of. I preferred that. Well, I think we're about to wrap up here. Maybe one more go through, and then we should have enough. It was more like 20 minutes to get 400 if, well, okay. Whoever this was on Reddit, I think really underestimated the time. This is it's a good coin farming area, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the insight, but 400 coins in 10 minutes is a pretty big overshoot. Damn it. I was like, this time. Whew. So what's next for Pete, you might be asking? Well, I want to play some other games. I wanted to play some RPGs this year, so I'll probably be doing that. I'm also planning to make a video. I don't know if I'm going to do one long one or several short ones that are basically about these Mario games and like kind of what I thought of each one and having the full context of, you know, Mario games, sort of saying like, well, there you go. This is, you know, this is kind of interesting because it feeds into this, and this is what I liked about this game, and this is what I disliked about that game, and by that game I mean Super Mario Sunshine. But I hope I did my math right here. I don't think I did. I think I need another 300. Oh, wait. No? Yeah? Oh, fudge. I need 4 more. I need another 120 coins. Well, hey, it should only take me 2 minutes at the rate of 400 coins every 10 minutes. But anyway, that's kind of my plans for the future. Like, I still want to be playing games because I think playing games has been very fun for me this year. It's been enjoyable, and weirdly, like, I think making these videos, you know, it was like a little, there are times when I was like, why? But there are a few reasons why I wanted to do this way. One is because it like gives me like a feeling that I'm doing something productive, you know, because it's like, well, I'm making a thing in addition to just playing a game. I remember hearing a Chuck Palahniuk talk, and he was talking about how when he writes fiction, he always tries to put like a non-fiction sort of structure to it or angle on it or something. And the reason he does that is he says that, you know, part of why men don't like reading is because they don't see it as productive. But if they're reading nonfiction, that feels like you're doing something productive and useful. So if he can make reading fiction seem a little bit like the experience of reading nonfiction, it kind of tricks you into thinking that you're doing something productive. And I think recording these and then making videos out of them and talking into a microphone is my way of tricking me into feeling like this is something productive. Because something I struggle with in life is like productivity. And by that, I don't mean I'm not productive. I mean, it's hard for me to spend time doing unproductive, kind of relaxing things. And I think I need more of that in my life, probably. So this has been a way for me to do it that does feel productive. So it doesn't even matter, you know, I appreciate people who watch and comment and subscribe and all that, but that's not why I'm doing it. You know, I don't make any money from YouTube or anything. I'm very far away from even the possibility to like monetize a YouTube channel. Woo! But you know, I think that's part of why, and part of why too is like I would be very tempted. Normally the way I would do this in my adulthood is like I would probably be doing this coin farming while listening to a podcast or an audiobook or something. Because again, productivity. And I think, you know, that does sort of take something away from the whole video game experience when you're not just playing the game and not doing something else at the same time. Like, I think that's better for a person. And it's like more, I don't know how to put this, like a truer experience of the game. Like, you can really say you experienced the game. I played Earthbound this year, and, you know, there were times I was grinding and stuff where I was very tempted to, like, I should just throw on a podcast and do the grinding. But I didn't, because I was like, no, like, I want to experience the music of this. I want to experience, you know, the grind. I guess I was like, I feel like the grind is part of it, and if I don't experience it, I'm not, like, really experiencing this game for everything that it is. Yeah, I mean, what is this guy thinking? 400 coins in 10 minutes. Does he have some kind of gizmo that, like, turns the mini coins into giant coins or something? What do I need? 120, I think. Another 50? Couple more times. Anyway, that's part of my, like, reasoning for playing. I mean, and that's, I think, the weird thing about me, or, like, the sickness of my brain, is it's like, I think of it as, like, I need a reason to do it. And it's like, you don't need a reason to play a game. Like, it's just fun. And that's, you know, why I wanted to do a video game thing too, is like, part of it was I have so many games, and, you know, I'm always like, maybe I'll get a Switch, or maybe I'll get a new whatever. But part of me too is always like, yeah, but you have, and it's not like the mom, like, we have video games at home and it's crap. It's like, I have so many good games that I've never touched, and it's like such a difference from my childhood. And I think that's something I miss about childhood, was like, you know, we would play a game, like, you would wring it out like a bar rag. You know, unless it was just way too fucking hard and shitty, it was like, oh, well, look, I'm barely gonna play Ghostbusters on the NES because it sucks. That was the game that my dad got, you know, and I was like, just get it, because it's Ghostbusters, it's gonna be great. And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you know, you have to get it. It's going to be awesome. And then we got it home, and I was like, oh my God, he was right. Like, this sucks. This is crap. He probably, as an adult, knew, like, you know, licensed games. I mean, he probably didn't have this language to express it, but licensed games usually kind of suck. Usually kind of shitty. Kind of a cash grab. Kind of completely a cash grab. And he probably knew, or at least suspected. And I think I even lied to him and told him that I had rented it when I was with my mom, and it was great. You know, and then we ended up with it, and I was like, oh my God. Like, what have I done? We could have had something amazing. We never owned Castlevania, although that would have been way too hard for me as a kid. We had Super Castlevania, and that was way too hard. And that is not a difficult game. Made the right choice to not go too hard for that big coin. think. All right. Just in case. I did briefly consider, I was like, what if I tried to go through these as fast as possible? So I started again at the beginning and was like, what if I tried to go through and get through each game as quickly as possible? Not like speedrunner, like doing glitches and stuff, just as fast as I could playing kind of normal style. Probably someone has done the math on this, right? Like, is it better, are you better off just trying to get I didn't do the math right. I overdid it. That's okay. Got him. There, I got my little green check mark. I got a medal. That means I have 6. Well, that's it, everybody. That's the game. That's Mario at exactly 40. We did it. I did it. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Hopefully I'll have something new going on before too long, but you know, because I am enjoying playing games, it's something that does give me some like feeling of peace, and that my brain's not going and saying stupid things to me. But that's for another day. So I guess for the last time with this, well, normally I'd say we'll see you next time, but we'll see you some other time with some other thing.